Thank you, Anna, and thank you, Anam. That was terrific. It's my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, my colleague in our health practice, Walt Geer. Walt's got one of those backgrounds that makes me wonder if I'm doing enough, if I'm working hard enough. You know those skippable pre-roll video ads? That's Walt's invention. He has 5 more patents in the digital advertising space. He's also recognized as one of the most influential Black executives by Savoy magazine. On the Adweek 50 Most Important list for marketing, media, and tech, and as our Chief Experience Design Officer, Walt is all about revitalizing how advertisers connect with consumers. Another of Walt's passions is helping to create a diverse and inclusive culture for Black and brown creatives in marketing. Something that's not just good for society, it's good for business too. Walt, take it away.
People will forget what you've said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget the way you made them feel. So I ask, do you know me? As marketers, we answer that question every day. Developing well-intended personas with clever names like sassy traditionalists or healthy enough. We're proud of our generalizations and the insight-driven stories we create for these composite characters. We give them names like Paul and Jennifer to convince ourselves that we really know these people. So let me ask you again. Do you know me? Of course, you do, right? Because Paul spends time at the gym, then we see him at Whole Foods a few times a week. He hangs out at the park, spends some time watching CNN, and then of course ESPN. Then we see Paul over here reading the New York Times. Wait, hang on. Do you know me? Probably not. Almost certainly not. And while those might be the things that I do, it's not who I am. It's not how I feel or how I walk through the world, where I live, what makes me happy. It's not about that and the things that make me sad or what excites me. It doesn't capture my hopes, my dreams. It doesn't even begin to describe my frustration with how the world has treated me, first and foremost, monolithically and pejoratively, as Black. Okay, you get it. Now let's take another direction. Do you like me? I mean, have you taken the time to get to know me that you actually start to like me? And if you have, you're on the right path that might guide you to a place where you can make me feel something. That's the crowd speaking right there. Make me feel something and you got a fighting chance. So the question, how do you do that? One of the best pieces of advice that I can give you is start where the people are, right now, right here. Don't bring your experiences, don't bring your languages, your history. You're trying to get to know me, remember? I am a creative that specializes in healthcare marketing. So let's build a case from that, my place, my Walter Geer's health experience. Because when I walk into a doctor's office and fill out that form, right where it asks for occupation, I make sure that my penmanship is clear as day when I write chief executive. If the doctor is white, I might make it a point to talk about what I do, definitely. I point to express that I am educated, that I am knowledgeable about my health and about my conditions. I don't need to tell you why this here is a smart room, but that's my experiences. That's how I feel at that moment, not seen. Now, if you've Pauled or Jennifer'd me from your lived experiences and you're not Black, you'd miss the insight. See, healthcare sees colors. It's systemic and it's not pretty. Too often, it's deadly. So I ask, do you trust me? Well, probably a little more as you get to know me, but if you're in the healthcare and you look or sound white, I probably don't trust you. That's the second insight. You're welcome. Healthcare is a microcosm of society, and society hasn't exactly demonstrated that it has my back or always acted in my best interests. So I ask you, can I trust you? Now, I'm flexing to be seen, and our trust bubbles popped. Is anyone really talking to me? Do I feel anything? Well, sure, but it isn't exactly what they were going for. Now you see, the ads were wrong because the insights were wrong. The health journeys are inaccurate because they ignore inequities and unevenness of care. We need an entire reimagining of health and the health marketing. Innovations that go beyond just technology to focus in on the human experience. So where do we start? Let's drop it in with some low-tech innovation. I see marketers placing people of color in front of the camera like never before, and that's great. But what about behind the camera? In the United States, 48 million people that look like me spend more than $300 billion annually. Winning starts with placing diversity at every point of the decision-making process. You'll find it's not only good for business, but you'll also be gaining a truer understanding of the people that you're trying to serve. And knowing the people that you're trying to serve will create a trust in the communities that you are trying to reach. So, how do you engage me? 91% of Black people own a smartphone. Our use of social media isn't just for shopping or driving brand awareness. It's about getting a deeper understanding of the issues that impact society at large. So when you connect with me, it needs to be a meaningful connection. Create a meaningful connection means you need to understand me, my consumer journey, coupled with my health journey, and deliver that at the right moments, at the right place, and on the right device. It's 2022. And just a few months ago, Facebook was labeling videos of Black men as primates. So please understand the technology that you are using to reach me. Because while we are early adopters of technology, sometimes it fails us because of the bias that is built into AI. Understand where and how we use these platforms. Take a leadership role when it comes to the technology and ensure you have diverse teams working to solve health issues, not for one, but for all. So let's just get there. I mean, really get there. Let's change the world we live in for the generations to come. Let's get to the place where we will be able to say out loud and proud that there is equitable health care for all human beings. Show me you know me. Show me you like me. Show me you trust me. Show me I can trust you.